All right, a pause in the action on the Eric Zane Show podcast to talk about Factor. Okay, there was a time not that long ago where I would spend a lot of time on, let's say, a Sunday, like hours, getting food ready for the week, prepping so that I could have something ready to go in a nice, convenient container. Problem with that is I'd spend a whole Sunday doing it. It was expensive. And frankly, I was eating the same food all the time. So it's easy to figure that after a couple of weeks, I kind of gave up on that. Now, I remember all the time thinking it would be great if I could have food delivered to me. I don't have to lift a finger to make it, and it's prepared by chefs, and it's fantastic and so convenient and so delicious and fresh, never frozen. Voila! Factor. Look, I know you love supporting me. That's one of the key things that makes a podcast survive is when you support who's doing the show. I want you to just try this, and you are going to be so happy. Go to factormeals.com/Zane50. That's Zane50. And then use code Zane50, and you're getting this for 50% off. That's how badly I want you to try this, just so you can see how easy and convenient and awesome Factor is. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Oh, and I'll include the link in the show notes of this podcast. This November, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. You are eating amazing food. You're eating well. It's so fantastic. Again, factormeals.com/Zane50 and use code Zane50 to get 50% off. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Aha. Need to plug it in for it to work. Hello, my friends. Welcome in to another edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast from the Impact Power Sports Studio. Oh, this thing is just acting silly. Hang on. I believe I'll just... welcome into the Impact Power Sports Studio. So glad you are here. Word on the street is that as this show goes live at 8:04, 8:05 on the 19th of December, that it's absolutely bone-chilling cold in the great state of Tennessee. Kenny says it's 21 degrees right there right now, which I'm fairly certain is quite a bit colder than right here in Michigan. How does that even happen? Does the cold rise in from the south? I have no idea. Ridiculous. Elsewhere in Maine, Nikki writes, "That's nuts. It's 40 degrees here, but feels like it in the house, unfortunately, because we have no power." Oh, my God. Jesus, I'm so sorry to hear that. Here, we're lucky because we had the furnace, a brand new furnace, expertly installed. By the way, 18 degrees in Kentucky right now, according to Nate. Kenny's best buddy, Nate. Holy shit. Around here, the boys, the crew, it was Jordan and Chris showed up at my house and began the process. Old 20-year-old furnace out, brand new furnace in. I forgot to download the picture. You know, I'm going to send it to myself because I gotta talk about this. Oh, my God. Just popped into my brain, too. Something related to Joe Martinez at A&E Heating and Cooling. Queen of the Forest comes home. It's like, I don't know, a little bit after 3 p.m. The boys from A&E Heating and Cooling are still hard at work. I'm taking my walk, and I happen to finish my walk at about the same time that she's walking down the driveway to get the mail because she's returned home from work. She says, I thought they were getting here at 8. And I guess in her brain, she was like shocked that they were still there working, I guess. And I said they were. This isn't like walk in and it's not like making a K-cup of coffee. There's a little bit of, there's several things that have to happen appropriately in order to install a furnace. I go, there's been 3 people here at one point. The whole crew's been here. Oh. So that was weird. Short time later, Chris and Jordan have to bring the old one upstairs. It's super heavy. So they're bringing it up the steps from the basement. And I'm clearing a path so that they can immediately make a one turn and then they're out the front door. And I'm clearing a path because all the fucking packages we've gotten are like cluttering the place. So I'm getting rid of all these packages. There's no dogs up there so that these boys can get out, clean shot. As soon as they get up the stairs, make a quick right, and then they're out the door. Pooh Bear goes, why don't they go out the garage door? And I go, no, this is a better option. And I took that moment and coupled it with the first moment about how come they weren't here at 8? And I said, why don't you just go downstairs and this is I knew what I was doing. It's loss of Pooh Bear Points. I go, why don't you go downstairs and tell them how to install a furnace? And she actually went, fuck you, and put her little redhead, all hyped up, a little gnarly redhead finger, fuck you, right in my face. Hold on a quick second. Darla, no, don't start this. I don't want to put you downstairs. No. Starting that crying shit. Just lay there with your brother. I don't want to interrupt anything here. So I was fucked at that point. Chris says that's when Joe needs to show up and use some Latino machismo to calm her down. Aram says Pooh Bear is not a friend to HVAC mechanics. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with her. Kenny says that was Eric Zane speaking at that moment, and he was needed. He was absolutely needed. Sometimes you have to call on Eric Zane to do some of the dirty work around the house. First thing out of her mouth is, how come they weren't here at 8? Well, how do you know? How the fuck do you know? They were here at 8. They've been working all day. Oh, my God. And then, yeah, what? How come they don't go out that door? What? Shut up. Tyler says, could have been worse. You could have said, let the men worry about this, sweetie. Oh, shit. Chris from Buffalo says, Zane to Pooh Bear. Hey, yeah, we're giving away tampons this week. Do you need some? Kenny writes, oh, yeah, hey, why don't we go out the door that's further away? Makes perfect sense. I walk out the front door to take my walk. You know, it's time to walk. It's what I do now. And I see the A&E heating and cooling van. He's got like a fleet of vehicles now. By the way, Dave writes, yeah, honey, they were here all day working a full 8 hours. They don't keep teachers' hours like some people. Oh, shit. My God, these are all fantastic responses. I think that one would have been the nuclear bomb, though. That may have resulted in a divorce. What is your deal? Not you, Dave, the dog. Now, Joe I remember not long ago, he posted a picture of this fantastic new van. It's a work van. Wow. I mean, all the bells and whistles. And my man was so proud of it, and I was proud of him for being able to get it. It's like, this is awesome, Joe. This is what the van looks like now. Looks like something you'd find in, like, Fred Sanford's backyard. It's completely fucked. Some asshole, something happened. And now, my guess is he just, I don't know if he rear-ended another motorist. Kenny writes, did Diana drive it? Aram writes, did Pooh Bear drive her car into it? Donko says, looks like something Eric smashed into. Linda, same thing. Did Diana drive it? Chris says, oh, shit, damn it, Pooh Bear. No. We had nothing to do with it. But I like how you all had the same joke, though. That's excellent. So I reached out to Senor Martinez. What the hell happened to this thing? It looks like it's 30 years old. Isn't it like brand new? It looks like it's been through a war. He wrote was, meaning it was brand new. I'm not sure what happened to it. I didn't want to press it. I figured I would bring it up on here. He may be watching right now to provide some insight. It's I don't know. The front grille is all destroyed. It's pushed in. As you can see, the hood has a crease in it right here. The bumper is completely falling off. My God. Yeah, you're going to want to get that fixed. People don't like shit vehicles in their driveways. You got to get that taken care of. You look like a poverty AC guy when you have a fucked up vehicle. You got to get it's important for your image to get that repaired. So maybe buy one less hockey jersey, perhaps. I'm just going out on a limb here. And get that thing repaired. LJ Guy 2004 says, I bet one of his employees did that. Sarah Rookrock Rouge says, ay, too many margaritas. I love this. Chris's joke. He says, and then Kenny adds, this is the winner joke. Joe was writing go blue in the chat and rear-ended someone. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh, no. All right, a little bit more insight as to what happened. I'm not paying for it, Joe says. Comes out of their pay. So Joe was not driving. It was one of the boys. You're going to pay for that. In my heart of hearts, I wanted Joe to be typing, go blue, Harbaugh, we bow to no one, crush them nuts. David says it wasn't his employee. Eric lives in the ghetto and someone stole the van. No, not true. I mean, you might want to call it the ghetto. I don't know. But no, nobody stole the van. This was a Team Martinez thing. Cole says comes out of their pay. You don't have insurance? Yeah, what say you, Joe? Don't you? Well, maybe there's like a deductible. Well, anyway. He says, that's why I can write Go Blue and drive and drink. No, I seriously don't believe that you drive and drink. I mean, you're dumb looking, but you're not that dumb looking. But seriously, great job, you and the crew. What they lack in the ability to drive appropriately and safely on the roads, they make up for it with fantastic effort, top to bottom. We've made it through night 1, and we are not dead from carbon monoxide poisoning. Everything is fantastic, and I'm just so happy. It's crazy that the pool cover is like thousands more than a new furnace. Should be the other way around. Nick, the electrician, says crashed, distracted, watching Twitch. No, I don't think that that's the case. A lot of people questioning your ability to drive. Top quality insurance, Joe Martinez says, but they need to take care of my trucks. So wait a minute. Are you not turning it into insurance? Are you just making them pay it? You're like, hey, I'm going to teach you a lesson. You have to pay for the full repair. I am not going to file a claim with my insurance. Fuck you. By the way, Joe hires people off the street like David, the Italian Chinese guy. He was taught the trade by Senor Martinez. And then David's buddy is Jordan. I don't know where Chris comes into this, but Jordan is also just a pal. And they've taught the guy the trade as he's making money. I love this so much. Ben Weller says, make them pay and do the repair. Pics on Twitch for proof. I'd love to see it. Well, good luck. I mean, when's that thing getting fixed? Because it's hurting your image. You don't want them driving around a piece of shit vehicle. That thing. And by the way, you got to wash those vehicles more. You can't have shit all over them. People don't like that if you pull up in their driveway with a dirty vehicle. So, smashed or not, I want to see those things clean. Next time I'm driving around and I see an A&E heating and cooling vehicle, I don't want it coated with dirt again. Some little asshole kid is going to go behind it and write, wash me, please, in the back of that, in the dirt on the back. Okay? You've got an image to uphold. Linda writes, being a scum fan hurts his image. This is nothing. Joe says, damn, you want to be my service manager? Hey, maybe. I've got lots of jobs. Clean vehicles are out on the road. You got an image to uphold. You don't want to be as dirty as one of your fucking relatives crossing the Rio Grande, dick. Jesus Christ. Yeah, literally, there are people crossing into Corpus Christi, Texas right now who are cleaner than your vehicles. By the way, those are all great jokes. I'm not going to lie. I love those jokes. Well, anyway, welcome in. Yesterday, Bosco's Pub. There was a drunk fucker at the bar. My God. This dude, he sits down by himself and he orders a drink. And we all see him and we all think it. We go, uh-oh. And I can barely hear what he's talking about, but he's having a conversation with the server and about maybe getting something to eat. And then he inquires about the mozzarella sticks. And then he goes, he doesn't have a menu yet. He goes, how much are they? And I'm like, I mean, are you that broke? And the girl goes, $8.99. And then the guy, I'm not kidding you, he's like thinking, he's like contemplating, and he goes, okay. Orders some mozzarella sticks. Serve him the mozzarella sticks. Ask him, I go, hey, how are those mozzarella sticks? And he goes, and he holds up his hand and he points at me and he's like, you can just tell everything's in slow motion, you know? I go in the back. Doug goes, you see that guy? I go, yeah. He goes, he's not getting another drink. I go, oh, not going to serve him. And sure enough, guy's like, give me another. And whenever that happens, whenever it comes to not serving someone, Doug always does the heavy lifting because Doug's intimidating as fuck. And he says, nah, I'm not serving you. The guy looks at him like he's crazy. He goes, you can drink. You just can't drink here. So, guy finishes his little snack there, his one drink, and off he goes into the night, drunk as a skunk. Like, I hope to God that guy walked. Shit. Chris says he was figuring how much he has for drinks. Linda says, I bet she didn't get a tip. Probably not. By the way, Amy says the amount of money Eric has paid Joe Martinez, Joe should be able to buy a new fleet of vans. I haven't paid Joe much at all. This is the first thing I've ever that's been a big expense ever, and it was needed. So no, Joe makes money. I don't know how the fuck he makes money. Well, I know how. It's from people like you hiring him. That's how he does it. It's because he advertises. You know what happens when you don't market your company? 100% of the time, this happens if you don't market your company or whatever it is you're pitching. If you don't market what it is you want the public to know about, something does happen, and that is nothing. Nothing. Food for thought right there. Then I'm at the bar, and there's this nice guy sitting there. And he was there last week, too. He plays men's league hockey over at the rink, not far from where we were. And we struck up a conversation last week, Doug, myself, this dude, and just like watching football or whatever last Monday. He comes in again this week. And shooting the shit. And then this time around, he's looking at me and he goes, hey, are you Zane? And I go, yeah. He goes, oh, my God. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is silly. I go, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And he goes, oh, no. And he listens. Like, a lot of times when I meet people who recognize me, they like recognize me from the radio years ago. And like they haven't heard or thought about me in, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. But not this guy. This guy listened to the podcast. At least he said he did. So I was like, oh, no shit. That's not every day. A lot of times when I meet people, it's like the same type of reaction when they hear like a one-hit wonder that they haven't heard in like forever. Oh my God, I remember you. Ha ha. What do you do? Oh, you're making French fries. You fucking loser. Oh shit. So, but no, he was totally cool. Yeah, he was just the nicest guy in the world. His name was Brad. And yeah, it was good to see him. We had a great time. Out of there pretty early, and away we go. I might be there on Friday of this week. I said to Doug, I go, if you need me Friday, call me in. No big deal. Then back home to bed, and I had the the night of recurring dreams. I swear, the second I fall asleep, it starts and it doesn't let up until the night is done. And I am at a radio station again, and everything's fucked up. It's just the most fucked up radio station ever, and nothing works. This has happened to me so many times. I've had this dream more than the killing the hamster dream. I've had this dream in different forms more than dreams where I'm drinking, and this one was just so frustrating. It was actually fucking frightening. And then I wake up and I'm like, okay, this is legit fright. There is nothing in this dream that's stupid in any way. Yes, there was a goddamn possum running through the hallway wearing a sombrero, but this was terrifying. That's just an example of what it could be. You know how dreams are. Holy shit. But then, after about 5 minutes of being awake today, I'm like, that's the stupidest dream I've ever fucking had in my life. Why did I even think that was terrible? God, the mind is fucked up. Son of a bitch. Thank you to a nice lady who threw money into after our virtual hat after talking about the great food giveaway yesterday. Let's see. Who was that? Yes, a $10 donation was made from some nice lady. Thank you so much. So after all of what I talked to you about yesterday with the $2,511.37 for tampons, we now have an additional $10. That puts us at a total of 50. A solid 50 people who have helped raise over $5,200. The price of the food dropped dramatically after my M-Perks, and then that left us with, so $2,684.69 went toward the food, and now $2,521.37 for tampons. Remarkably similar. Pretty close, both those figures. And you can still send. You can still help out. I'm going to keep this going all the way up until day of. Because literally on the way over to the Great Food Giveaway, I will drop by the store to pick up more tampons. I'm excited to see the wall of tampons that we'll have. So cool. Thank you to everybody for helping pull this off. I appreciate it very much. It's been just great. Throw that up there for you on the chat if you want to check it out. And in the show notes, you can also throw some money into our virtual hat that way. Let's see. Venmo. Okay, wait a minute. Blue State Rob says, what's the grand total? Yep. Okay, I gave that. That is how much we made. 5,000. Let's see, $191.21 plus 10. So there you go. Excellent work. Actually, it's more than that. Let's just say over $5,200. Nikki says, "What about socks?" What about socks? No, we're not doing. Come on, don't fucking throw chapters onto the book that don't need to be written. This isn't the easiest thing to put forth. We got it all taken care of. Let's not. Besides, they're driving. They have socks. They need to eat, and they need. Let's focus. Eating. Before it was just eating, and then we added dog food to it, and now we're adding tampons. And you want to add socks? No, we're not adding socks. You can take your socks and stick them up your ass. No more socks. No socks talk. We're going to prevent blood, and we're going to feed these people. Get your shit together here. Joe Martinez apparently is butthurt because now he's sending me pictures of his truck that he drives. It's a some type of Chevy pickup, mid-size Chevy pickup with the A&E logo on it. It looks pretty clean, and it's not smashed. Boy, I can just imagine how pissed off you were when you got the phone call from those guys saying, "Hey, boss, I just fucked up the truck." Nikki says, "I'm freezing. Just asking. Damn, LOL." That's right. You're cold because, wait a minute, what happened again? You lost your power? Oh, that's a bummer. Too bad for you. I'm sorry to hear that. While we're at it, I want to shout out to Dave L. Dave L. works for the local public radio station, WGVU, Grand Valley University. He did a story on your old pal EZ doing the great food giveaway. He subscribes to this show, and we had a little chat. This is like the type of thing where they, they do like a short story, a news story for the local news, local public radio news. So let's check that out. This is Dave.
Charge, no questions asked.
Whoops.
The meals are purchased by...
Hold on a second here. Let me refresh that because it's not the beginning of it.
By Zane himself, and with 4 years ago, Eric Zane never imagined that one listener of his podcast would be the catalyst for what would become an annual event.
Saying, "Hey, I want to give someone a Christmas meal." By the way, Dave has the delivery down for public radio. Like, when you get a job at public radio, they say to you, "Look, the key to doing a successful newscast on public radio is to keep your voice as emotionless as possible. Don't you dare try to sound anything but monotone." This is set up. Sorry, Dave. This is set up perfectly for Hot Wings voice. Can you help me spread the word about that? Just like one guy, one meal. So I really can't even take credit for it.
Since then, Zane's great food. 4 years ago, Eric Zane never imagined that one listener of his podcast would be the catalyst for what would become an annual event.
Saying, "Hey, I want to give someone a Christmas meal. Can you help me spread the word about that?" Just like one guy, one meal. So I really can't even take credit for it.
Since then, Zane's great food giveaway has become a holiday tradition where he and dozens of volunteers, many of them listeners of his daily podcast, load 100 boxed meals into the vehicles of those in need, free of charge, no questions asked. The meals are purchased by Zane himself, and with...
But what about the socks?
4 years ago, Eric Zane never only more than $5,000. Zane says he hopes the event will continue to grow.
When we see the faces of the people that come through there, they are so appreciative of what's going on. It really is a motivator, and it makes us want to do more and help more people out.
Also available to those in need are bags of dog food and feminine hygiene products.
Socks!
Zane says that while they no longer
Socks!
need donations, if anyone wants to show up to help load cars, volunteers are always welcome.
It's a big showing to these people who think that there's no one in the world that cares about them. And all of a sudden you see as many people as possible lining the streets. So anybody can just show up if they want to be part of it.
The Great Food Giveaway is Thursday, December 21st at 3 p.m. at Irvine's Auto Repair in Wyoming. I'm David Limbaugh.
I'm David Limbaugh. And no, there are no fucking socks at this thing. Let's not be stupid about it. If Zane gives away socks, they will throw them back at him. We're not like reaching out to the homeless population, Nikki. These are people who have cars. If they got a car, surely they have socks, dum-dum. Blue State Rob is being mean to David, who is here with us right now. Blue State Rob is the first asshole, and then so is Kenny, to write. Blue State Rob says, the audio sounds like one of my college projects for my broadcast journalism degree. I want you to know that Dave just changed careers. He just got into this at public radio. Then Kenny says, I hate your Ben drop. I hate your voice. And then he says, this guy sucks. Aram says, this guy doesn't use punctuation when he talks. You all are assholes. Kenny says, you're the first one that pointed out how boring his voice was, Eric. No, I said it fulfills the public radio style. That's the style. That's how they present. That is kind of goes hand in hand with public radio. Chris gets it. He's not a moron like these dipshits. He sounds perfect for public radio. That's what they're shooting for. When they train these people, they say try to just present. Don't make a big deal about it. The story has to sell itself. I think the biggest asshole comments go to Kenny with this guy sucks. And then Blue State Rob also with an asshole comment when the interviewee sounds more professional than the interviewer. My God, he's right here. You realize you're saying that right to his face. You assholes owe Dave an apology. Here he is. He did the story because he wants to make sure that more people get food for the holidays and not stupid socks. I let you know that, and then you still rip him a new asshole. Wow, Kenny is going scorched earth. He says, I'm David Limbaugh, and my voice is more annoying than that TikTok lady robot voice. Holy shit. Jesus. Kenny says, I didn't know the dude was actually here. Well, now you're like, oh no, oopsie. I said something to offend him, so now I'm sorry. Nate says, it's good that Dave has thick skin, unlike thin-skinned racist Kenny. What? Chris says, I hope your back hurts all day now, Kenny. Then I get blamed. Ben says, Eric, you've created these monsters. The blood is on your hands. Dave says, at least I've never been banned. Tyler says, Dave, you now get to insult these assholes. Kenny says, I said sorry, not sorry. I don't think that's sorry. I don't think you know what that means. So now we have a war. We have Kenny attacking Dave for no particular reason. And then there are others who are jumping in and attacking Dave, who honestly was just trying to help spread the word to get more people food in their bellies. He is guilty of helping at this point. He offered his assistance and did his absolute best, and I think he did a bang-up job. I mean, for public radio, that's part of it. Dave writes, all good. Love all you guys. Just happy to get the word out about the event. You see, that's fantastic right there. That comment right there by Dave is absolute beauty. He's not going to lower himself to that level of the shit that's in here. Aram says, Kenny, stand your ground. You have a right to your opinion. Stevie says, Dave takes the high road. You got Nate calling Kenny racist, of all things. Chris says it was a good piece, Dave. I thought it was fine. That is how they do it at public radio. Everything has to be monotone. Everything has to be by the book. On public radio, if you start to like inflect or get out, they're going to say, no, bring it down. Too much. Too much. Bring it down. Someone else that you assholes are probably going to insult tomorrow is the world famous Shelly Irwin, who Dave was kind enough. She is the morning show host on WGVU. And she's kind of a legend in West Michigan. She's been around for quite some time. And he passed along the information about the great food giveaway to her. And she is going to interview me tomorrow live. So on my podcast at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow after Dear Meathead, Shelly Irwin is going to call the show. And we're going to be live on the podcast and live on her show at the same time. Now, I'm letting you know this ahead of time. That is going to be Eric Zaitunian. I am not going to be Eric Zane. Now, for Kenny, that's going to be very good because we all know that that's what he wants on this show. When he said, I'm sick and tired of being made fun of, I want someone who loves me on the show. I do not want someone entertaining. I want Eric Zaitunian because he's my friend. And we all laughed. So that'll be good for him. Thank you to Dave for passing along my info to be on Shelly's show. Dave says, thanks to everybody. I've only been doing this for 1 month, so I'm still finding my voice. Dave, I'm not kidding you. I thought it sounded fine. Kenny trying to backpedal now with his insults, and he's like, feels bad. So, a short time ago, he wrote, his heart was in the right place. Yeah, I'm not apologizing. So, he's dug his heels in at that point. That's stubborn Kenny coming out. Then, one breath later, he says, Dave, I for real didn't know that was you. And if you go back, he wants him to go back. Hey, man, cue in. Go back. Eric was the first person to imply it was boring, and I chimed in. Well, I think an idiot would assume that I said it was boring. But I was saying that that's the monotone style of GVSU. Public broadcasting is always like that. Chris says Kenny is gaslighting again. Not backpedaling, pointing out the truth. Ben says Kenny stop flip-flopping. Yeah, you go from talking shit about the guy to now you're like trying to like thread the needle and get it both ways. Monotone is boring. Well, that's a subjective comment. Monotone is actually a style, and it is most often heard in news settings that simply want the attention to be on the story and the facts. That's why news outlets like public radio intentionally do monotone style. To a lot of people, that's an insult. But it's actually a style of speaking. But what do I know, right? You can take Kenny's word for it, or mine, you know? I mean, seriously. Kenny doesn't know shit about public speaking. Mediocrity Dave is way too nice to this insult machine Kenny, who writes, all good, Kenny. You're entitled to your opinion with a smiley face. And now Kenny's back to attacking. That's why nobody listens to public radio. You'd be surprised. There is plenty of people that listen to public radio. Kenny says, nope, I pointed out the fact that you started it, Zane. No, I didn't. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I said he sounded perfect for public radio, monotone, which is a thing. You said, this guy sucks. I'm looking at it right now. This guy sucks. And then you said, not only does this guy suck, but I'm not apologizing for it. You see, Kenny from time to time will turn into a shock jock and get downright mean, like he is to this nice guy. This guy just trying to help the great food giveaway. And here you go. Kenny is saying he sucks and then saying I'm not apologizing for it. Tyler said, Eric also said, sorry, Dave, when he made his comment, LOL. Brandis says, this is so dumb. The guy is helping the cause, period. Done and done. Blue State Rob, who's also a dick, says, to defend Kenny, I took it the same way. I thought Eric was on the attack, misread the situation. Well, at least you admit it. Aram has turned on Kenny now. Well, the party ends because Kenny then says, I'm just trying to keep Eric Zane going. All right. Well, whatever. That means I stop. If you're trying to do something, that means I stop. Then it's no fun anymore. Thank you, Dave, for doing that. I appreciate you. Ben Weller says, Blue State Rob, Eric tossed the bait and some took it. LOL. Yeah, the simple people. No, that wasn't tossing bait, you dick. I was simply telling a story. My plan on this wasn't to go ahead and rip fucking Dave. Fucking idiots. Jesus Christ. By the way, you can hear public radio in West Michigan in the Grand Rapids area, 88.5. Wait a minute. 95.3/88.5 FM Grand Rapids. So you can get it on both those frequencies. And then in Muskegon, also on 95.3 WGVU Public Radio. Nice job, Dave. I appreciate that. Unlike the assholes in here being total dicks. There's another public station, I guess, called WYCE. I think I've heard of that. Florida Man 814 says, you know who's a real pro broadcaster? It's Free Beer. Now that's a guy who knows how to stop an argument on air. Amanda says WYCE sponsors the Buttermilk Jamboree every summer, which was created in my brother's memory. Oh, I'm sorry that happened. Holy cow. I didn't know that was, that may have been mentioned a time or two on the show, but sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other. Kent blasts Amanda with, yes, WYCE covers women's club hockey. Ben calls that gold. And then Kent says, and now I feel like a dick. Yeah, you guys keep bumbling and fumbling. Jesus Christ, get it together, you assholes. Kenny says we don't drop the E and add a U for nothing, Kent. Ha ha. Kenny. Fucking shock jock dick. ripping on Dave, and then he's ripping on Amanda. Horrible. All right. I got to take a break. It's pee-pee time. I cannot believe that Kenny said that about Amanda's deceased brother. What an asshole. I'm kidding. He didn't really do that. I was just trying to get the dumbass worked up. If Kenny were at the Great Food Giveaway, since he's such a shock jock now, when these people pull up, he'd say, oh, yeah, hey, look at that piece of shit car. I bet you want some socks. Fuck you. Oh, oh. Yeah, you smell like shit. Fuck off. Florida man trying to egg Kenny on to play, to put the little gif of the guy who's shaking his fucking head or face. The guy looks like the lead singer of the goddamn Three Dog Night. Any females bleeding in there, here you go. You're an idiot. This all happened because Kenny being an asshole to poor Dave trying to help out the Great Food Giveaway. What the fuck? All right. Thanks, everybody, for checking out the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. I got to kick you out, though. I appreciate you being here. If you want the full show, head over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app, and then you're in business. Just search Eric Zane Live once you get it downloaded, and then that's how you do it. The audio podcast is available wherever you download shows. This becomes the audio podcast as soon as I get done doing it and posting it online to all of the podcasting platforms. And in addition to that, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. If you consider signing up for it for free, just to check it out, I post a ton of material on there. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Try free for 7 days. And it's as simple as signing up. You do have to put in a payment form and then cancel it right after. I just don't care, because that way, if you do stick with it, it'll be on its merits, not because I've tricked you into signing up. Cancel it right away. I don't care. And then you'll get the 7 days no matter what, even if you cancel it. When the 7 days is up, if you have not canceled, it will charge you either $5 or $10 a month. Thank you for checking out Patreon. That's one of the ways I'm able to keep the lights on here. So consider just trying it. That's all I'm looking for you to do. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Twitch and Facebook brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, where we will be for the Great Food Giveaway. X brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Open and live stream of this show. Well, first of all, if you ever need to reach me, send me an email on the Shoreliner Striping inbox. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Thank you to Tim. Open and live stream. Presented by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. If you are in the market for getting pre-approved for a mortgage, this is the person to call. From anywhere in the U.S., call Mario, 231-332-6505 today. Whether you've had many mortgages in the past with so-so results, or maybe this is your first attempt at a mortgage. That's kind of a scary time for some people. Or you're just maybe pulling money out of your home. You've lived in it for a while. You got some equity built up, maybe to pay off a credit card or whatnot. If you have credit card debt right now, by the way, boy, that is a bad thing. Get out of that as quickly as possible, even if you have to do what I'm talking about with a refi. Because who wants to pay 29% interest APR on your balance? Get out of that thing and then don't use it anymore. Thank you to Mario. 231-332-6505 today. Mention Joe Martinez, 616-516-8579. You'll either see his nice truck driving around or the one that Jordan and Chris drive around. I don't know which guy smashed it up. Maybe it was David, the Chinese Italian. But anyway, 616. I'll tell you this. It's dirty, though. I don't give a shit if it's smashed up. Wash it, ding-dong. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. You've got a image to hold up. You don't want people thinking you're a damn dirty Mexican. 616-516-8579. You can still get the furnace tune for $79. I do not need a furnace tune-up right now because mine has only been in operation for about 12 hours. But yours, much more. Get a tune-up for free. Normally it's $79, but until the end of December, Joe's teamed up with DTE Energy, the gas company, to make it so that these are free. 616-516-8579. Call and ask today. All right. As I said today, that tomorrow I will be on with Shelly Irwin. And who I don't know if I've had an interaction with in the past, but a radio veteran, been doing it for a long, long time. And she's done it the right way. Not that the way I've done it is the wrong way. But, I mean, she's a straight shooter. You don't have to worry about Shelly Irwin living a double life like your pal EZ. Shelly is the same on the air as she is off the air. She doesn't have to worry about that. Much different with your old pal EZ. You know, on the air, I'm, well, what you have right now. Off the air, you know, I'm a little bit more calm, more respectful. Don't tell people to fuck off all the time like Kenny does. So I'm excited about that. Dave says she's a sweetheart. Blue State Rob says, I can't help but wonder why HVAC 71's name is in Michigan State colors. I don't see that way. I think you're thinking about it too much. Too much thinking. Moving on. Ohio woman celebrates 105th birthday. Now, every time you hear about somebody who's super old, the thing that they're going to do, they're going to try to find something that the person is doing that is fun and interesting. So if you've got an old person who celebrates a birthday, like 105, it isn't like, I mean, it's old, but it's not like, once you get like north of like 113, then, you know, that's really, really rare. 105 is rare. So the only thing that can make 105 years old celebrating a 105th birthday is if there's something interesting going on. And if the person who's turning 105, if they say, what's the key to staying healthy and living this long? Because that's always the question where they say, hey, what's the secret? What's the big secret? And then, you know, you hope that they're not going to say clean living, exercise, saying my prayers, and family. Those are not the things you want to hear. First of all, those are all lies. If a family is a big part of your life, family will just shorten your life. Okay, especially the ones who come over like once or twice a year or once every 5 years. There's a reason why those assholes only come over once a year, if at all. Because you don't want them around. If you're 105 and you very rarely get exposed to your family, that's helped. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Family overrated.
It's a delicious chocolate milkshake. And it's actually burning extra fat all over my body. That sounds ridiculous. But
I think that's the lady. I think that's the commercial. Here it is. It's the obligatory news story. Here she is with her family, her old son-in-law, I think. Or maybe that's her son. The best part of this is how she celebrates. Watching the Cincinnati Bengals and drinking Fireball. Hey, I know the power of Fireball, said Jessica. Here's Grandmama celebrating.
This fan will celebrate her 105th birthday tomorrow. Florence Hackman will have her birthday party at the Traditions of Deerfield in Loveland. She loves three things more than anything: the Bengals, firefighters, and whiskey. Deerfield Township Fire Department and Fireball Whiskey are part of her celebration. That's awesome. All while watching the Bengals game. Now, Flo says...
Here she is getting in the exercise bike, the thing with the arm deal that you can move, get some exercise. She's like, oh, fuck, why do I got to do that? I just can't wait to start drinking.
It would be great to see the Bengals win on her birthday.
Sure hope and pray the Bengals will just go, go, go. And,
oh, she's already hammered.
You know, they got a big thing for themselves, and that'd be great for us here in Cincinnati. Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Go Flo.
God, her teeth look pretty good. I don't know if they're fake, but they're at 105, you would expect them to look like Nick's ex-wife.
She also mentioned her favorite Bengals player.
Is her son Alex Murdoch? Look at that guy. He looks just like that murderer.
Are Joe Burrow and Sam Hubbard. She's happy to be turning 105, and she says her mom lived to be 104. She's got good genes, doesn't she?
Oh,
huge.
God. It's going to happen to all of us. Congrats to her. A happy, healthy 105. Matteo says her teeth are better than mine. Chris in Buffalo says Fireball is going to send her a crate of that shit. Linda says she has poor taste being a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Uh-oh, casting some shade. I like the Bengals. Kenny said, you said Matteo again. Oh, it's Mateo. Well, why don't you spell it M-A-T-A-Y-O all the time? It's not Matteo? Yeah, I keep fucking that up. Yeah, whatever. Matteo, Mateo, Matt. How about Matt? She's functioning quite well despite her, given her age. Blue State Rob says there's 90-plus-year-old vegetables sitting in nursing homes that makes me want to live past 85 at the latest. Yeah, well, I mean, you hope that you're as long as you're healthy, you know. All I want is the ability to move, okay, and have a clear brain. And I don't know if genetics are going to allow that to happen to me. I think there might be, with my dad, dementia. Oh, boy. By the way, dear Meathead tomorrow. If you want to participate, send a question along, eric@ericzaneshow.com. If it's a little wordy, I might edit it a little bit, but no big deal. Send that along. Dad always loves to hear from you. I decided I am going against sending him the wasabi. The story about how wasabi is, in a clinical test, proven to increase memory, both short-term and long-term memory, and aid in neuroplasticity of certain structures in the brain. And I don't know what that exactly means. I just remember the wording of it. And it helps with function. If you take actual wasabi. And the reason why I'm not sending it to him is because one of the side effects is, because I actually did the research, it makes your blood thinner, like noticeably thinner. And the people in the study were 60 to 80. And it's just not a great idea to just say, all right, I'm going to take the results of this study and just give it to my dad without his doctor knowing. I don't know if that's a great idea. And besides, if his blood is thinner, he's notorious for falling down. If he falls down and gets a little cut or something like that, it's going to bleed badly. It could really fuck him up. Can you imagine if he takes the wasabi and then he's out in the yard, he falls and splits his head open, and the doc's like, we can't stop the bleeding. He's got brain damage. It's like his blood got thinner. Have you been giving him anything? Oh, no. Then everybody's going to kick my ass. Mateo says, I'm convinced every time Viejo accidentally drives into a building, it's an attempt at self-euthanasia. No, they're just confused. Blue State Rob says, I'm asking the Fireball question. Dear Meathead, I know you don't drink anymore, but when you did you ever remember Fireball being on liquor store shelves? You know what he's going to say to that? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Neil, no dick licking. Cut it out. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, we are at a very rarefied spot for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Oh, shit, it just dropped. We were at 50. That's right, 50 audience members. Never happens here. Holy shit. And then it dropped to 45. Oh, my God, I'm so excited about that. Chris says you had 52 at one point. Easy. Thank you. Nate says taking wasabi. Now he can remember that he's now a hemophiliac. Exactly. All right. Moving on. Boy, talk about problems with the elderly. This is just fucking terrible. This happened right nearby here. If you have an old timer in your life, like your dad or your mom, this is proof that it might be safer to have someone with someone with that person at all times, because the crazy fucking idiots anywhere always prey on the elderly. I can't think of anything worse. Just a handful of days ago, poor old guy, 91-year-old man, here's a knock at the door. This is over in Holland, right next door. Some guy stops at the house. He says, yes, I'm from the utility company. I'm here to check the water for lead. This is all from the Ottawa County Sheriff, because something bad happened. He said, well, I don't think I have a problem. He goes, no, you do. And if you don't let us in, if you don't let me in to test the water, you're going to be fined. And that's pretty much all you got to say to an old timer, and they're going to believe you. You know, I can just picture my dad doing this. The guy did not test the water, of course. He left several minutes later. He turned down the shower and the bathroom sink. While the so-called worker was inside, a second suspect snuck into the home and wandered up to the bedroom and stole money. Deputies say they were driving a HVAC van with a smashed front end. Couldn't make out the lettering of the words, but the colors of the logo were orange, blue, and green. And there was a phone number. It said 616-516-8579 on it. Citizens are advised to be on the lookout for this. It looked like it was a new vehicle, but it was actually all fucked up, so it made it look old. And it was very, very dirty. I'm kidding. Of course, it wasn't Joe Martinez's employees. But anyway, so that's how it works. I guess that's the scam. The 91-year-old realized that the cash had been stolen. That's the other thing. The old folks, they can't have any cash. You know, there's a set of spots that guaranteed to be cash in an old folks' home. The underwear drawer, under the mattress, a shoebox on the shelf, thousands of dollars. Sheriff's office reminded people that public works and utility company employees will have markings on their vehicles, logos on their clothing, and a lanyard or identification. This guy had none of that. Son of a bitch. What an asshole. Just in time for Christmas. Looks like we have a new arrival here. Chic M012 with the question, what do you think about what is happening in Palestine? You first. What do you think? I'm interested. I'll play your silly game. Chic HM012 says it's genocide. You mean like ethnic cleansing? I mean, I don't think there's too many variants in genocide. You mean they're just going indiscriminately and killing everyone who is a Palestinian? Is that what you're suggesting? Because that's what genocide is. So all Palestinians who, men, women, and children, are just dead? He says, Chic HM012 says they are killing children. The suggestion that, by the way, Mateo says, Eric Zane Show podcast does not face the fucking nation. No, I'll do it. It's no big deal. I can handle that. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. The idea that Israel said we're going to destroy all of every Palestinian that lives there, similar to like what Nazi Germany did. Is that what you're suggesting? I would need to see proof that a genocide is happening before we would have that discussion. Now, perhaps we will find that out, but if you know that, by all means, don't keep it a secret. I would need to see that, and then the world would respond accordingly if there was a genocide happening. I mean, I don't know if it's on the level of that or like my Armenian ancestors being slaughtered by the Turks, but by all means, I need proof of this. Because we need this to be taken care of. The Sheik says, well, yeah, they're saying this. They are calling Palestinian human animals. Well, I don't know. Name calling, I don't know if name calling and suggesting it is the same thing as an actual genocide. So, yeah, if there is a genocide going on, where if did the Israelis get together and say, all right, guys, this is what I want to do. This is a meeting. Benjamin Netanyahu says, I want us to go in and let's start with the babies. We need to see the babies dead first, then all of the women, then the sick elderly, and then the terrorists. We're going to go ahead and kill all these people. That's what I'm talking about. That is a genocide. So maybe it's happening. I haven't heard that one. And I sure as shit am not going to trust some guy on Twitch to state that and then me to take it at face value like that. I don't think it's a genocide, though. Just my opinion. Blue Chaos 24, who I've seen here before, says, F the Israeli government, not the Israeli people. You guys like how I sidestepped that one. Nate says river to the sea sounds like genocide to me. Yeah, I'm not, I don't even know about that. I know that that's something that the Palestinians yell, river from the river to the sea. And that's supposedly supposed to mean everybody dies? I don't know, man. Fuck. All I know is that war is hell. This is an absolute shit show from beginning to end. Chic HM012 says, please research it. No. I don't want to. No offense, but I don't give a shit. I'm here worrying about me. I've got enough on my plate, frankly. And I don't even mean that in a disrespectful way. It is not Eric Zane's job on the Eric Zane Show podcast to care about anybody else but what's going on in my little circle. I can't control anything. Aram has a great question. Why is the Sheik coming to a show with 40 viewers to discuss this? Can anybody help him with that? But anyway, welcome. You're welcome to stay. But look, Sheik, when you're here, you're supposed to have a good time. We're supposed to have fun. Now, here we are making fun of Kenny. We're talking about giving food away to homeless people. Kenny's being a dickhead to a guy who tried to help me. And you come in out of left field and you start talking about a fucking war going on. Now, how is that fun? Are you fucking crazy? You can't just come in here and start talking about that shit when we're trying to crack jokes. Does this look like a show where I could have any type of tangible input on such a topic when I've got two dogs on a couch, Jake and Elwood over my shoulder? Sheik says, I am sorry. Don't apologize, you fucking dummy. You just sit here and enjoy the show. You can't sit there like a puss. Oh, I'm sorry. You're fine. You're fine. Just chill. Spend like a day or two taking in these amazing things that I say on a regular basis. Understand that I am very, very wise. I've got two identities, and there you go. I'm excited for your presence here. I appreciate you. Chris says, where is Darla? We need a palate cleanser. She's sitting there over on the chair. She's being very, very quiet. She didn't want to be quiet when the show started. I'll tell you that right now. She was being very, very annoying. All right. Boy, I don't know what it is, if it's the time of year or what, but it has been lean on stories. Every time I turn on any of my sources, first of all, there's a lot of talk about what the Sheik was just talking about, which I don't want to fucking talk about that. I mean, there's not too much fun in that. I can't think of that many jokes to talk about discussing that topic. The other thing is travel. They're talking about the travel season and how the airlines are ready for all the travel. Make sure you leave 5 hours early before you... Okay, great. What the fuck? Thank you to my friends at Impact Power Sports. Online at impactpowersportsmi.com. An amazing place to purchase motorcycles, side-by-sides, UTVs, ATVs. The best golf carts made in the business, Yamaha. Head to Rockford, Michigan to Impact Power Sports. Online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Not to mention all the service that they do on any of the toys that you already have or the ones that you purchased from them. If you ever need anything done, you take it to Impact Power Sports in Rockford, Michigan. And what they can do to a golf cart is amazing. I have seen some outstanding golf carts tricked out to amazing levels that are like worth more than my car. Impact Power Sports, online at impactpowersportsmi.com. The world famous Throat Slash Dale from Superior Cleaning and Power Washing, 231-740-4098. Not doing too much power washing these days. Snow plowing pretty much for the Muskegon area and janitorial services, restaurants, hood cleaning and such. 231-740-4098. Hold the phone. Believe it or not, I have to go to the bathroom again. Sorry. I will be back. All right. Welcome back. I'm back. Sorry. My bladder's working overtime today. God damn. Okay. I'm excited about a sports story right now. That's not pro football. It is men's professional basketball. The Pistons, the Detroit Pistons. God damn. I always like to sell it this way because the basketball season starts and they're 2-1. 2-1. Hold on a second. Let me back up. The Sheik was doing okay with some nice laughy emojis. Everybody says we want to get out of that top subject line. And then the Sheik drops, no offense, but you are not wiser than my prophet. Okay, now you got that out of your system, Sheik. No more. Are you even still here? No, the Sheik left. That's too bad. I wanted to explain to him, like, look, just keep it to yourself. All right. So the Pistons start out 2-1 on the year. And now there are 2 wins, 1 loss. Now they have 2 wins and 25 losses. Think about that. 2 wins and 1 loss. And then now they're 2 wins and 25 losses. My God. Losers of 24 in a row. The all-time consecutive losses in one season is 26. And then the all-time losses broken up over 2 seasons, the end of one, the beginning of the next, is 28. They have to be able to pull this off. I will actually be disappointed if they win to end the streak. Tyler says, I am so excited for the Pistons being as terrible as they are, LOL. I don't know why, but I'm finding a lot of hilarity with it. Yeah, I am too. I want to go to a game just to cheer on the other team and to boo us if we win. I'm guessing you can get tickets for next to nothing. Like over the weekend, the Carolina Panthers, they only had 1 win going into their game this weekend against Atlanta. And there was nobody. It was a home game for Carolina, and there was no one there just minutes before kickoff. And you could get tickets for as low as $4 to the football game. That's the type of game, like, let's say, just say the Lions had to travel to Carolina. There'd be no Carolina fans there. There'd be only Lions fans. There'd be thousands of Lions fans. Holy shit. Blue State Rob says Pistons have taken the Lions' place as the shitty team in Detroit. Tigers and Wings pulled away from them. The Tigers suck dick. The Wings are better. I think they lost yesterday. At least they were losing. Blue State Rob says Grand Rapids Gold games are probably more expensive now than the Carolina Panthers. Oh, without a doubt. Wings lost yesterday 4-3. They were down 3-0 though. Play tomorrow. All right. So the Pistons, when the fuck do they play again? I got to know this. I'm actually excited. They lose yesterday 130-124. Cade Cunningham scored 43 points for the Pistons. So they hung in. That's a great showing by them. The previous game, they lost 146-114. They take on Utah at home coming up on Thursday. Who Utah, they stink too. They're 10-17. Let's put it this way. The next longest losing streak in the league. Pistons have lost 24 straight. The next longest is 7. The Portland Trailblazers have lost 7 in a row. That is the next closest losing streak. The fact that they play 82 games in a season, they've played 27 and only won twice. I think the all-time record for futility in the league is 8 wins in 1 year. 8-73, I think, was a team win. Maybe the Philadelphia 76ers. But that is really exciting. Okay, do any of you people like swear by the air fryer? And I wish you wouldn't. I don't know how that came to be that the air fryer was a solid appliance to have around the house. I have yet to eat anything out of the air fryer that has been acceptable to eat. You might be able to get away with I don't know, maybe a mozzarella stick, but even that, it's not nearly as good as any of the other ways to cook that we've had for 1,000 years. Remember, before air fryer, it was a pressure cooker or Instapot, which every time my wife falls for it, so we get the fucking Instapot, and then it says, try this recipe. Succulent baby back ribs fall off the bone. Incredible. And the directions say, get all of this shit, throw it in Instapot, and then turn it on. And then come back in 1 minute, and it's done. I guess the Instapot takes pressure, and it builds up, and it pushes the heat into your food, and it cooks it quickly. And poorly. Anyone who's ever eaten anything out of an Instapot or an air fryer and said, this is great, sucks at cooking, has no idea how good food can be. Okay? You're an asshole. Okay? The food that you're making in these products, French fries, onion rings, mozzarella sticks, that's why we have fryers. Air fryer. Come on. Yeah, great. I want hot air to cook my food. No. It's shit. Linda says air fryer is good in the summer for chicken nugs if you don't want to heat up the house with the oven. Chewy's Purse says, I haven't used my oven in 2 years, but I have a fancy air fryer, not the little bucket thing. Chris says, Instapot is awesome for cooking frozen shit, though. Well, yeah, it'll cook it. It's just not good. It's garbage. Who wants my Instapot? I'll sign it and send it to you. Who wants my stupid air fryer? I hate those things. Tyler says, I will say I can make some great fries in our air fryer. Better than Eric's Bosco fries. There's no way that's possible. There's no way. Deep fryers are great, but oil is too damn expensive. Do you reuse the oil? You know, it isn't just one and done, right? I make probably 150 batches of fries, restaurant-sized baskets in oil before we change it out. You dump the oil from the fryer back into the jug with you reuse it, right? My God, everybody loves those things. You people don't know what the fuck you're doing. Well, anyway, the ones that are sold at Walmart, Target, and Kohl's are being recalled not only because they suck, the air fryers, but they have a potential burn hazard. More than 300,000 air fryers are being recalled. I'll put a link in the show notes for who this is. Empower Brands is recalling 2 models of the Power XL dual basket air fryer after dozens of reported malfunctions. The alert states that the plastic connector, which can be used to combine 2 food baskets inside of the units, can break during use and pose a burn hazard. So you can connect the things with the plastic. That's weird to have plastic inside of the oven. If it breaks, it can then ignite. Empower has received 41 reports of breakage and 3 reports of burns, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. This is what the stupid thing looks like. They look impressive. And that one, too. That's like the dual one. Okay, great. Screw the air fryer. Where do they go now? Instapot to air fryer. What's the next thing? You know? I guess it's not healthier if it burns your house down. Nick says, I change my car oil more often than my deep fryer. Kent says if we reuse our deep fryer, it's usually for wings, and you can't reuse that oil. Okay. All right. So there you go. Just don't buy that thing. They're stupid. Waste of time, waste of money. All right. Nominations for Asshole of the Day, please. When I talk to you on Patreon, I have a story about a family-related thing that was very uncomfortable. And I can say nothing more about that. I have to keep it close to the vest. Thank you to Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for this show. If you need any help with your text, 616-200-8550. They are the best. They're the managed IT service provider. If I have any problems technically, they are first to, they're the first people I call. And they, in an instant, have me taken care of with remote logins. And if need be, they'll show up here to take care of any of my problems. They can be your managed IT service provider, too. Call them at 616-200-8550. Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance. If you have a sudden job loss, maybe you are in between jobs, maybe your employer doesn't offer insurance, or maybe you're self-employed, you can get insurance through the marketplace. But tackling that on your own is tough. It's very easy to make the wrong move when it comes to filling out your application at healthcare.gov. Frank Fuss helps you every step of the way. Reach out to him via his website, buyinsurancehere.com. That's buyinsurancehere.com, B-U-Y, insurancehere.com. He will help you out quickly. And then finally, my friends at the Grand Rapids Gold. Oh, my gosh. We're just, let's see, a week and a half away till we can enjoy basketball again. They take a little bit of time off at this time of year, and we'll be there on January 2nd. GrandRapidsGold.com for tickets. Tickets just $12. You got $2 beers, $2 dogs. Get tickets for you and the family, and I will see you at the Grand Rapids Gold game. Yesterday's asshole of the day was Matthew Perry. I saw another story, only one, on a website that nobody goes to, describing how Matthew Perry lied to everyone and has never been clean. There was a person who isn't revealing his or her name saying that exact thing, that the whole I'm clean thing was a scam, every bit of it. And that wouldn't surprise me at all. I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. I'm sure he already talked about it. Vindication for Kevin Brennan. Today's asshole of the day. Who can it be? It's between Kenny and the Sheik. Kenny, because attacking Blue State Rob says public radio. Okay, Blue State Rob, Kenny, and the Sheik. Nate says, asshole of the day, Kenny. The Sheik is the runner-up. Tyler says it has to be Kenny for insulting poor Dave. He's just trying to help. Kenny's quote, "This sucks. This guy sucks." And the guy's right here in the room. Oh, my God. Yeah, Kenny's a total idiot. What a jackass. He thinks he's some goddamn shock jock or some shit. Kenny is your asshole of the day. Poor dude from the public radio station tries to help out. Longtime supporter of the show. He's proud of his work. Kenny says he sucks. Jesus. Awful. And then Kenny writes, and I hate that I agreed with Rob. You see, there's a lot of hate in Kenny's heart, okay? I don't want you to think that whole Southern politeness and I love Jesus, it's all bullshit. He doesn't really. He hates people. He hates Rob. He hates Dave. He hates healthy living. He's an asshole. This is a total shock jock who we need to hope for bad things to happen for him. Let's hope that he hits another deer because he's such an asshole. Holy shit, what a horrible human being you are. I cannot believe you. He hates everybody. God damn. You're supposed to be nice to people. I don't know what your problem is. All right, have a good one, folks. I'll talk to you down the road. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.